Good evening, and welcome to this monthly live. And this is being recorded live, but I won't be doing the video live. Nevertheless, welcome to A Happy Healthy You, Body, Mind, Soul. I'm Saren King, if you're seeing me for the first time. And this evening, I would like to speak about how our relationships impact our health. And relationships are very important. They are vital for our well being. They form part of our mental health. And when I think about health, I think about the physical health. So, what we physically put into and on our bodies, and our level of physical activity, movement, and exercise. Our mental health, which there is a social aspect, and this is where relationships fall under. And of course, our psychological well being, the way we think, our emotions, our feelings, how we process things. And there's also a financial part that it forms part of our mental health. Because if our finances are low, or we are constantly worried about our finances, or our basic needs are not met, then it will have a part to play on our mental health. And then we have our spiritual health that I divide into connecting with our higher power, whatever that is for you, and being your authentic self. So today I want to zoom in on our relationships and the relationships that we have, how they impact our lives, our bodies, our minds, and our soul, and in turn, our health in general. So from time to time, I'll be looking down because I'll be referencing my notes. But if you do have any questions after watching this video, you can post it under this video and I will do my best to address your questions. All right. So relationships, as I said, are very important. They're vital. Human beings were meant to have relationships. We were meant to connect with other human beings. We were not meant to be by ourselves. And even when we look at other species, other animals, they usually travel in a group, in a pack, in a school. They usually, there's more than one. So they also have their relationships and their bonds. And it's important for them to have those relationships. And so, as human beings, it's very important that we have relationships as well. And not just relationships, but healthy relationships. So, let's look at the different types of relationships that we can have. So, we can have family relationships. And so that could be the family of origin that we were born into, that we have no control over, or a family that we create ourselves. Then we have our friendships or platonic relationships, and we may have friendships on different levels as well. And then we have our acquaintances, so our colleagues at work, persons that we meet in social settings, whether it's at church or at the football club or at the PTA meeting. These would be classed our acquaintances, anybody that we meet in our social settings. And then we have total strangers as well. We can have relationships with them. And a relationship just means having a bond, having some connection with the other person. So when we look at the different types of relationships, I classify the different types of relationships into three different categories. So we can have healthy relationships, we can have neutral relationships, and we can have toxic or unhealthy relationships. So for me, I think all three types of relationships are important and we need them so that these relationships will show us who we are not, what we like, what we don't like, what we want, what we don't want, what we will tolerate, what we won't tolerate. And so it's important to have all of these different relationships because the relationships are not for the other person, but it is for us. It's for us to grow, to mature, to improve and be a better version of ourselves. Because what is the point of living if we remain the same? And I like to say anything that's stagnant stinks. And so if we are the same person we were 20 years ago, um, then something is happening or something is not happening, rather. And we need to look at ourselves. We should be constantly working on improving our health, physical, mental, and spiritual health. And the only way that we can do that is learning more about ourselves and embracing ourselves for who we are and shedding all the parts that are not us. So let's look at the healthy relationships. So, our healthy relationships will make us feel happy. They will pour into us positively. They will give us joy. We are happy to be around the persons who we have a healthy relationship with. It helps with our immune system because if we are in an environment where we're happy to be around the person, a happy person is a healthy person. So if we are laughing and smiling and we're having a good time with the persons that are around us, then I would consider that to be a happy relationship or a healthy relationship rather. It does not mean that you don't have disagreements. You may not have a little tad. You may not have a little argument here and there, but where both parties are respectful enough to voice their opinion without putting down the other person, without insulting them, without dismissing them. We are speaking about pouring positively into each other and lifting each other up, even if there may be a disagreement, even if there may be something that we just don't see eye to eye, you can still have a healthy relationship with that person. Then we have our neutral relationships, and these relationships have no impact on us. So this could be our acquaintances, the other parents at the PTA meeting, and the only thing you have in common is that your children go to the same school, and so you see them frequently. Maybe you shop at the same store, same supermarket, so you see persons frequently, but they have no impact on your life, either positively or negatively. You just know them. You may say hi and bye. You may have a little chit chat, but they are not friends. You're not friends with these persons. You're not going to call them up in the night. You're not going to go hang out with them and go out. You just meet in social settings and you have something in common. So those are the neutral relationships. And then we have our unhealthy or toxic relationships. And these relationships, the persons eat away at you, eat away at you physically, mentally, and spiritually. You are annoyed and frustrated being around these persons. It eats away at your immune system, so you could get sick frequently, and you're feeling stressed out all of the time. And this stress can lead to ailments like high blood pressure and diabetes and stress or tension headaches and stress ulcers, stomach ulcers, because the relationship is not a good one, it's not a healthy one. And so it eats away at your body and it can break down your immune system and weaken your immune system. And if your immune system is weak, or getting compromised, then um, you are susceptible to getting some sort of ailment, high blood pressure and other lifestyle diseases. But the reason why I said all of the relation types of relationships, whether it's healthy, neutral, or unhealthy relationships, are important because it should be teaching our relationships should be teaching us something about ourselves. If we are in a relationship with somebody, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's family relationship, or you're just acquaintances, the relationship should teach you something. There should be a lesson with all your relationships. So you might be thinking, oh, why did I have to meet this person? I think you should turn the mirror on yourself and look at you. What are you learning? What should you be learning from this experience, from this relationship? Because I think that no experience is invalid. I think all of our experiences, all of the relationships, all the persons that we encounter on our journey, they are there for a purpose. Some come to stay, some just for a season to pass and to teach us something about ourselves. And so, if we are finding that we are maybe frustrated about a relationship, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's in the household, whether it's in a romantic relationship, we need to look at ourselves and look within to find out what is the lesson to learn here. And then you can decide whether you want to continue this relationship or whether you have to put this person on the back burner or whether you want to work on improving this relationship. But it's really up to you what it is that you want to do because our relationships really do matter. And we could be doing all of the things, eating the right things and doing the exercise and drinking our lemon water. If we are in an unhealthy relationship or an unhealthy environment, it's going to negatively impact our health. And so we have to take a good look at ourselves when we are in, when we have a relationship or some sort of connection with somebody else that may be negatively affecting us and decide what it is that we want to do. So there's a wonderful quote by my former life coach and a phenomenal lady, Miss Rashni Cope, better known as Glamazini on the internet. And she said something that at first I thought it was very, very weird, but after listening to her explanation, it made a lot of sense. And so, persons would say, oh, you get respect when you give respect. The respect is earned. And Miss Glamazini said that love and respect is freely given, but access is earned. And I'm going to repeat that again. Love and respect is freely given to everybody, to all persons, but access is earned. So, in other words, we should love our neighbors as ourselves. We should give our neighbors, our families, our friends, our acquaintances, and even strangers or persons that we do not particularly like our respect. But not everyone deserves access to our inner circle. We're not ATM machines. Nobody should have 24-hour access to us. And not everyone deserves access to us. And this includes family members, whether you're friends from way back when, somebody that you thought was your ride and die. If someone is not respecting you, they're not giving you love, they are belittling you, they're talking down to you, they're insulting you, this person does not deserve close access to you. You can decide to love and respect them from a distance. It's quite possible, even if they are family members, even if they are friends from long, 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 long time ago, even if was a romantic relationship. Everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves to be treated with respect, but not everyone deserves to have close access to us. And we can decide to put up those boundaries and not just saying them willy nilly, but enforcing healthy boundaries with love and respect to persons who you do not consider to who need access to you. And you get to decide that. I can't say that this person shouldn't have access to you. You are the only one who can decide that. And you deserve love and respect as well. And so if someone is not giving you love and respect in the way you're giving it, then you can decide if you want to push back those boundaries a little bit more, if you want to enforce the boundaries that you've already established, if you want to distance yourself from them, or you can decide, hey, this person deserves my love, they deserve my respect. I have not been giving them that love and respect that they deserve, that they have been giving to me. And so let me work on this and let me give them access and let me give them my love and respect. And many times we think that it's the other person. Oh, that person is a toxic one. Oh, this one is a narcissist. This one is that. And sometimes the toxic person is us. Sometimes we are the problem. Sometimes we are the ones who have the unhealthy relationship. We are the ones causing the unhealthy relationship. We are the ones to blame. We are the negative ones. We are the toxic ones. And sometimes we have to look within, not sometimes, all the time. We need to look within and evaluate, am I causing this problem? Am I the problem? Am I the toxic one? And we all have toxic traits. And this is why we need to constantly be working on our health, pouring into our health, learning about ourselves, improving our physical, mental, and spiritual well being every single day. We should be doing at least one thing that pours positively into our health. So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Evaluate the relationships that you have around you and determine whether it is a healthy relationship, a neutral relationship, or an unhealthy relationship. And then decide which ones got to go and which ones you want to keep for your sanity, for your mental well being, your physical well being. Because as I said, you can be doing all of the things. You can be journaling and meditating and drinking your water and staying hydrated and exercising and eating all the right things and sleeping 8 hours a day. But if you are stuck in an unhealthy environment or an unhealthy relationship, it's going to eat away negatively at your health, physical health, mental health, and spiritual health. And they're all interconnected. One affects the other, even if you're not trying. Whatever you do with one part of your body, so whether you're exercising, whether you're drinking your water, everything affects the other. And so we cannot separate them. Although I speak about them separately, we cannot separate the physical from the mental, from the spiritual. We cannot separate our physical body from our mental well being and our spiritual well being. We are three in one package. It comes as a package. And so, whatever you do to this body, it's going to affect you physically, mentally, and spiritually. So I want to urge you, I want to encourage you to evaluate the relationships that you have around you, determine which ones are healthy, unhealthy, and neutral, and decide which ones you want to keep and nurture and pour into, and which ones you need to put on the back burner and love and respect from a distance. So I hope this live, or this recording rather, was helpful in some way. If you need some additional support, you can reach out to me via this page, or you can email me at happyhealthyu at outlook.com. And you can check out my online shop at payhip.com/ a happy, healthy you, body, mind, soul. I have tons of free resources and some inexpensive resources as well if you want to get and improve on your health and on your health journey. Again, you can reach out to me, follow my page on Instagram, a happy healthy you, body, mind, soul, and encourage somebody to join if they are struggling on their health journey. It has been a pleasure for me to be here and to give this information to you. Again, check out the online shop, payhip.com/ a happy, healthy you, body, mind, soul. And as usual, stay happy and stay healthy. Bye.